Hi everyone, this is Adam Big and you are watching Adam's Perspective on Data. As I've just explained in my recent blog post, I'm currently starting a new very exciting project that is the Fabric project for my company, and I will try how I can utilize Fabric, how I can migrate my data pipelines, data warehouse and the semantic models that are currently in Power BI. So if you're interested, let's join me in my discovery. First of all, let's take a look at the workspace and the workspace settings, how they look like. So I created this Fabric demo workspace for this trial project, exploring Fabric. We will take a look at these workspace settings here, what we can set up within the workspace. So the general tab is pretty much what we used to use in Power BI with the workspace image name and description, domain, etc. We will not use this tab. In the license info, you can see here the licensing, and with the licensing, you can see here that I'm using an F64 license. That is the equivalent to the previous Power BI Premium V1 license. You can also see here that this is a premium workspace, so I can use it as a premium workspace. Azure connections, we can utilize it to, if we want, we can add a storage account and a log analytics workspace to this Fabric workspace. The next one is the system storage. So here you can see that this is a 10 gigabyte availability. Here I'm really interested how this is working in practice because definitely we would like to set this workspace as kind of a data warehouse containing different data sources. I'm not sure that 10 gigabyte would be enough, so I'm really looking forward if this 10 gigabyte is the limit for all the data content in the workspace, or this is just for the semantic models. We will see. The next one is the Git integration. We can set up a Git for that. I created a repository for this trial. It's called Fabric trial repo. Let's connect it. So you can see here that this has been set up. We have this source control page here. So if we have any changes, we can commit it to the repository, and we can have the source controls through the repository. To the workspace settings, we have a OneLake page. Here we can download the OneLake file explorer. That's not something we will use, and here's a shortcut. Cache it is a preview. I will not set it up for now. Here we can create workspace entity. The next one is the network settings, where we can set up private endpoints. Within the Power BI settings, I think it's pretty much the same that we had before. And here we have the data engineering Spark settings, where we can set up a new Spark pool. I will probably set it up a little bit later. And a data factory Apache Airflow runtime setting. So this is the startup pool. We will see if we will set that later. So that's about the workspace settings, and just adding some new content. Here you can see that these are the different functionalities, different components of Fabric. We can set up a report, a scorecard, a dashboard, a semantic model. I will click on the more options. Probably an important thing here is the folders. So if we have a lot of different objects in the Fabric, with folders we can make it a little bit more organized. I'm clicking the more options now, and here you can see that here is the different objects that we can set up: data engineering, a lake house, data factory, data science objects, the warehouse, the Power BI related objects, and the real-time intelligence. So let's start with creating a data warehouse. For now, I will call it trial data warehouse, and let's create it. Okay, this is loading. Creating the data warehouse can take a couple of minutes, so I cut that loading time so we can continue from here. You can see here how this data warehouse looks like. Here there is the data warehouse itself with the available schemas. So far we don't have any schemas available, some security, and here below we have the queries, my queries and shared queries. So I'm also looking forward how we can utilize them by creating a lot of different queries to create views and data movements and etc. Let's now close it. So here is how it looks like. Here we have this data warehouse in the workspace. I'm also creating a simple pipeline for trial purposes. Let me find, here it is in the data factory section. I'm using the data pipeline. And I will call it creator. I usually call it a creator. I'm creating this pipeline to do some initial copies, so it's kind of an ad hoc copy pipeline that I'm using for different purposes. And actually I can see here that this is pretty much something I used to in Synapse. So here I have the different activities that I can add to the pipeline, and I will just add a simple copy activity. This is also the same. Okay, after changing the site for myself, here we can take a look at this setting part. This is also very similar to what we had in Synapse. As my pilot project to ingest the data will be a Salesforce pipeline, so I will start with setting this up. I already had a connection, a Salesforce connection to our production Salesforce site, and what I will do here, just really to start with, that I will wait until it's loading the objects, and I will use the account object for trial purposes. Here it is. And for the destination, I'd like to use the trial data warehouse. Let's add it manually, Salesforce, and the table name will be account. I will not do the mapping for now, but let's just save and run it. Looks like very similar to in Synapse, where we can see the activity name, we can see that when the run started, what is the duration, here is the input and the output of the activity. We can see here that now this is in progress. And now it's finished, and we can see this is failed for now. Actually, this will be something that we will take a look in the next step, that what is the reason behind that. So going back to the workspace itself, here we can find this new creator pipeline, and also what I will now do is to create a folder. For the folder, I will call it Salesforce, and it's created a new folder, and within the Salesforce folder I will put all the pipelines or queries or whatever content I will need that is related to Salesforce to really keep it organized within the workspace. In the next video, I will start adding some data to the workspace and to the data warehouse with some pipelines or data flows. So let's join me in my next video to see how it can be done. Cheers!